Good part of the day, dear students. Today we're going to have lecture 16 that is devoted to country study course about mineral resources, economy, and agriculture of the country of Uzbekistan. I'm a senior teacher, Jalilova L J going to conduct lecture today. The plan of our lecture comprises 3 points. The first one is devoted to mineral resources of Uzbekistan. The second one is about economy of the country and its importance. The third one is devoted to the role of agriculture in the development of the country. Let's start our lecture with the monitoring value of minerals in subsoil of Uzbekistan. So the total value of minerals comprise 7.9 trillion US dollars. As we see, oil, gas comprise 5,663, salt, sulfur, and others 425, phosphates and others 246, precious metals 369, ceramics and glass raw materials 27, graphite, basalt, and others 118. A rare and other metals 685, and construction materials comprise 413. So in total value of mineral resources, 7.9 trillion US dollars. Uzbekistan with a total population of 28 million, and it is a statistics of July 2012, mostly has a multitude desert climate and covers a total area of 447,400 square kilometers. Recently, the Al Malik Mining and Metallurgical Complex, Al Malik GMK, has been the only copper production company in Uzbekistan. The mining of copper in Uzbekistan takes place in the Sarıçık and Kalmarkir deposits. Besides mining of copper, the Al Malik GMK is also involved in the mining and processing of lead zinc beryllium ores obtained from the Uchkulat deposit in Jizak region. Lately, about 20% of gold and 90% of silver has been produced by Uzbekistan Al Malik GMK. Here we can see the picture of Al Malik GMK. The NAVOI Mining and Metallurgical Complex and the Al Malik GMK are the chief gold producers in Uzbekistan. The Muruntau gold deposit in central Kizilkum is known for its low extraction costs and superior quality ores. The Tamdebulak gold deposit in the north of Muruntau is another significant gold deposit in the country. The chief gold reserves in Uzbekistan total to about 5.3 million tons. Uzbekistan has 171 discovered natural gas and oil fields. The country's vast hydrocarbon resources prevent its dependence on energy supply from foreign sources. Gas condensate is produced by 17 of the country's natural gas and oil fields, and oil is produced by 51 of Uzbekistan natural gas and oil fields. Here we can see the copper mines of Uzbekistan. Since 2003, the country has experienced a major decline in its production of oil due to lack of upgraded production equipment that lead to depletion of some of the country's oil-producing fields. This decrease in oil production is expected to continue until 2013. Uzbekistan has 52 natural gas fields located at 12 of the country's chief deposits that are located in the central Ustyurt plot and on the Uzbek side of the Amudarya basin. Almost 80% of gas produced in Uzbekistan is utilized by the country's heating and electricity production sectors. About 24% of gas produced in Uzbekistan is exported to Tajikistan, Russia, Kyrgyzstan, and Kazakhstan. The monopoly rights for carrying out mining and extraction operations of uranium are owned by the NAVOI Mining and Metallurgical Complex. Here we can see NAVOI Mining and Metallurgical Complex. It should be mentioned that the picture had been taken several years ago and many changes have been already done. The mineral base of the NAVOI GMK comprises 20 uranium deposits. The Bostaus plot has uranium reserves about amounts to 5,500 tons. Uranium exploration in this plot is carried out by the Chinese company US China Uran. Uzbekistan has also made efforts to modernize the NAVOI and Al-Malik GMKs and speed up its gold and copper production operations. The government intends to develop joint ventures with Russian and Asian companies as part of their initiatives to improve the country's mineral and mining sectors. With these new developments, Uzbekistan hopes to bring about major changes in improvements in its mining and mineral sectors that will likely repair the country's economic instability. The next point of our lecture is devoted to the economy of the country and its importance. The 2017 and 2021 strategic plan includes reforming bureaucracy, establishing rule of law, opening the economy, and promoting education, health, and infrastructure to attract private investments and reduce both unemployment and poverty. The unemployment rate from January to June 2018 was 9.3%, although this severely underestimates the size of the informal sector. Moreover, the overall economic growth and increased urbanization in the recent years contradict with the persisting poverty. Other risks include resolving border disputes, water issues, and food security. Industry accounted for 29.47% of GDP, so gross domestic product, in 2017, and employed 37.69% of the population. Manufactured products included textiles, food processing, machine building, metallurgy, mining, hydrocarbon extraction, and chemicals. The country is also rich in coal, zinc, copper, uranium, and silver. The service industry accounted for 38.85% of GDP in 2017 and employed 40.94% of the total workforce in 2018. Key services include transportation and tourism. The country received 5 million tourists in 2018. Agriculture accounted for 17% of GDP in 2017 and employed 21.37% of the total workforce in 2018. Main agricultural products include cotton, vegetables, fruits, grain, and livestock. The country also produces silk and wool and is attempting to diversify its agriculture towards fruits and vegetables. Poland, Russia, and the Netherlands have strengthened agricultural relations with Uzbekistan. Here we can see the gross domestic product of Uzbekistan in diagram that shows a change. So the annual change is represented by the blue-gray color and the constant prices by the orange one. One of the priority directions of agriculture development is an important sector of the economy of Uzbekistan is the saturation of the domestic food market, the achievements of self-sufficiency in production and food security fields. Effective implementation of these tasks will allow solving such pressing social issues as the employment of the population, their well-being, urban and rural development. Uzbekistan's agricultural policy has undergone significant changes during the years of independence. The state agricultural enterprises and collective sectors were abolished and farmers were established, and who have implemented advanced technology in the absence of common management. It allowed diversifying the agricultural sector, developing animal husbandry, poultry farming, fruit farming, horticulture, gardening, and beekeeping. More than 67,800 farms currently operate in the country. Their activities are regulated by the law of the Republic of Uzbekistan on the farm and the presidential decree on measures of further improving the organization of activities and development of farming in Uzbekistan. Here we can see the agriculture and the development of the country, the Dehkan farms in 2017. So the figure shows 10% comprise arable land, 20% the land for orchards, 50% the land for planted production, and 92% the land for livestock breeding. Stable growth of the agricultural sector is marked in the country since the late 90s, constituting an annual 6-7%. The volume of agricultural products has been increased by more than twice during 24 years. This in turn allowed saturating the market and increasing several times the consumption of basic foodstuffs. Increasing productivity of agricultural crops highlights the further industrialization of agriculture and processing of this raw material based, establishment of appropriate infrastructure to ensure the preservation of quality of the harvest. Due to the selfless work of all workers in the village, 230 enterprises were built and refurbished in the industrial processing of agricultural products that were commissioned, 114 new cold stores with a capacity of 77,000 tons in 2015. However, special attention is paid to rural workers' welfare, creation of favorable living conditions that meet the modern requirements, imports the quality of housing and communal services. As a result, the implementation of state program for the construction of rural individual housing on standard project for 2009-2013 years, 1,248 new complex of build-up residential areas were created in 159 rural areas, which built more than 33,000 modern and comfortable individual houses on an area of more than 4.6 million square meters. 1,677 kilometers of water supply networks are put into operation, and 1,039 kilometers of electric grids, 1,346 kilometers of gas supply networks, and 181 kilometers of roads, as well as more than 1,000 objects of social and market infrastructure. As we see, many reforms have been done due to develop the agricultural sector, which is under control of President of the Republic of Uzbekistan. So at the end of our lecture today, you will be able to answer that questions that comprise the beginning of it till the end. Thank you for attending the lecture today. And if you have any questions, so I will be glad to share it, to answer it next lecture.